Hello and welcome to another episode of my Working with Todoist series. And this week I want to do something a little bit different, and that is to show you the different components of Todoist so that you have a better understanding of which part functions in which way. And that is going to really help you to understand where your tasks are coming from on a day-to-day basis. So today we're going to go a little bit deeper, but not so deep that it's too complex. I've got an easy way to show you this, and hopefully this will give you a much clearer picture of how Todoist can really help you to focus in on the things that are really important to you. Now, before we go any further, I would just like to say, if you do get any value from this video, please help me by clicking on that like button below. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet and you want to get all the latest tips, tricks and news on using Todoist, then please subscribe to my channel. Okay, let me take you into Todoist now, and I'll show you all the different parts of Todoist and how they can really boost your time management and productivity. Okay, so let's start off by looking at the left-hand sidebar, because this is the structure of Todoist. It's also the structure of pretty much any task manager. First off, we have the projects area. Now, it doesn't really matter whether you're using the time sector system, GTD, which means that you have your context down there, like at office, at home, at phone, at computer, whatever context that you have, or you're using a traditional project system by having all your individual projects written down there. Doesn't really matter what you have in your projects or how you organize the project area. It is always going to be a holding pen. This is where you put all the tasks that you haven't made a firm decision on yet about when you are going to do them. Some of them you might have done and you may already have dates, but it really effectively is the holding pen. You don't really want to be working from this particular area unless you've decided to have a specific project day, or you're just clearing up the week, as I would do. For example, on a Sunday, I usually do work from this view because it's the last day of the week. Next up in Todoist, and this is probably unique to Todoist, is you have the customization area. This is where you can customize the views that you want to look at. So in my case, I like to see what my objectives are today. That's just the 2 things that I really must complete today. Then I like to see my today's focus, which are all my 10 tasks, if you like, my 2 objectives and my 8 focus tasks or should do tasks. And then for the planning part, again, I do have a planning section in there. I like to have to see tomorrow's focus in there. And I'll give you the codes for those, the filter queries for those in just a moment. And then finally, you have what I call your daily view. This is essentially, if you're not using customization, this is where you're working from on a day-to-day basis. So you've got your inbox, that's collecting all the new tasks that you need to do. You've got your today view, which is telling you all the things that you've made a decision about that need doing today. And remember, today is the important thing. You're living in the moment, and the moment is today. You don't need to be looking during the day, you don't need to be looking about things that you may have to do next week or you may have to do next month. That is not important when you're doing your work. The only view that really matters during that working time, during that day, is your today view. And you've also got a planning session here, which is like the upcoming, where you can look ahead at the end of the day and see what's coming up tomorrow, for instance, and make decisions about whether they are still relevant or not. So essentially, everything's flowing from that bottom up, working from your projects going up. And so the way you want to be looking at it is that projects area is the planning area. That's where you plan what you're going to do tomorrow, the next day, or whatever. And then those two top sections there are the doing part. So whether you do use a customized view, so your customization view, or whether you use the daily view, but this is essentially where you want to be spending 95% of your day, just doing the work that you've made decisions on that you are going to do today. That's really all that matters. So let's take this into my Todoist as it stands, my demo account as it stands today. So let's go back into this though. So we've got the project view here, we've got my custom view here, and we've got my today. So this is really the only thing that matters. Now, I've organized this up into the things that I must do today. So here are my 2 priority tasks that I must do today. These are this morning, and these are my priority 3, my afternoon tasks. That's the way I basically use it. And priority 4 is if I can get down to it toward the end of the day. Now, I've done my objectives for the day already, which is why I don't have any there. But essentially, where I'm spending most of my day is in my custom view, which is here. This is just telling me showing me any flagged tasks. So if I go into my filters, I can show you that my objectives here are really quite simple, because I always get asked this question, what are those filters? Well, my today's objectives filter is today and P1, because that's it. The 2 red flags that I want to see each day, that is that one. So there you go, today and P1. The second one, that's today's focus. That is really quite simple. Again, it's very similar. It's today and exclamation mark P4, which means not P4, which is the white flag. And tomorrow's focus, which is, and I'll show you that one, a little bit more complex, which is 2 days and not P4. 2 days, because what I want to see is the things that I didn't do today, so I can make a decision about rescheduling those later. So those are the filter queries. And so essentially where I spend I don't really worry about this area here, because on a day-to-day basis, because I've done the weekly planning session and because I do a daily mini session each day, which only takes about 10 minutes, this area here is just not important, except when I'm doing my weekly planning session, and also to add in any tasks that I collected in my inbox in the day. The most important view essentially is this view. These are the tasks that I've made a decision, and you will have made a decision, need doing today. Now, of course, if this number is, and this is what I noticed, if this number gets to above 30, and you've got 30 tasks for today, I notice that most people do not go here. They go in here and they start trying to filter these things down. You see, that's not the way to fix that problem. You fix that problem by going into today and getting realistic about what you can and cannot do that day. This is why being really, really aware of what each section is used for in Todoist can really boost your productivity. What needs to happen today? Not what would you like to get done today if all the circumstances are right. If it's not important today and it can be done another day, and you've already got enough tasks for today, just shift it off to another day. It's okay to do that, but you don't want to be beating yourself up. If you're missing this target, if you're not doing, like in this case, these 13 tasks on a day-to-day basis, start getting realistic. Start looking at the tasks that you're trying to do and say, well, really, can I get that done today? Does it need doing today? That's going to save you a lot of stress. It's going to save you a lot of pressure. And all you need to do is that 10 minutes at the end of the day, looking at the task and prioritizing what's important and what's not important. So hopefully this brief video has given you a better understanding of how you can get a to-do list working for you. If you did get any value from this, please remember, hit that like button below. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you very much for watching. It just remains for me now to wish you all a very, very productive week. Hello, thank you very much for watching my videos. Now I have something exciting to tell you about. Recently I have developed a brand new time management system. It's a system designed to manage your time in the 21st century. The world has changed a lot over the last 20 years. In fact, it's actually changed a lot this year. And what we need now is a system, a time management system that is very easy to use, easy to maintain, so that you can spend more of your time doing the work. And that's what the time sector system is all about. It's going to change your whole belief system about the way a time management system should work, because this focuses on when you are going to do the task. And let's be honest, it doesn't matter how motivated, inspired, or how urgent something is. If you don't have time to do it, it is never going to get done. And that's what this system is built around, getting your work done, so you can spend more of your time doing the things that you want to do. I hope you join me in this course. The full details of the course are in the show notes below, so please join me, and thank you very much for watching this brief video.